get into this a little bit. Martin Plaut is a fellow at the Institute of Commonwealth Studies. He joins us from London. So first of all, Martin, depending on whom you talk to, either the government launched a military operation in Tigray or that was in response to attacks by rebels. Who started this? Who's the aggressor here?
As you put it correctly, it depends who you ask. I think that the reality was that both Eritrea and Ethiopia were building forces around Tigray, and it was absolutely clear, rather like the situation in Ukraine, that the Ethiopians and the Eritreans were about to launch a major offensive. At that point, the Tigrayans went into the very substantial northern command camp and told the people, which is in Mekelle, the Tigray capital, and told the soldiers, look, hand over your weapons, join us, or else we're going to take you captive and send you back to Ethiopia, which is exactly what they did. So it depends on how you look at the story.
Right, and that's what's been so confusing about this. And when you look at those voices that are all over social media, I mean, they're so passionate that their side is in the wrong, it was the wronged party here. However, the UN, of course, has said that it's very possible both sides have committed war crimes there. Now you have the government saying, okay, let's call truce so we can get aid in, but many accuse the government of being the one to stop that aid getting in the first place, right?
Yeah, I mean, in this instance, it's absolutely clear. The Ethiopian government, working with the Amhara militia and the Afars, are blocking the aid. There's no two ways about it. I mean, plus, of course, the Eritreans stop any aid coming in from the north. So the region of Tigray has been hermetically sealed now for many months. And the Tigrayans withdrew back into Tigray in December last year. They've been there ever since, and no aid is getting in at the moment, despite the ceasefire that was announced, which was predicated on aid flights being allowed in and the convoys allowed to roll through the Afar region and Amhara region. So they should be there now. It hasn't happened as far as I know so far, and the result is clear. This starvation is a weapon of war. That is what the governments of Eritrea and Ethiopia are doing to Tigray.
Right. You have people starving. You have atrocities having been committed. Yes, we might have a 4-day truce here for humanitarian reasons, but where do we go from here? Is there any sign that this is winding down?
Well, there are two possible ways out of this. Either the Tigrayans can basically try to break out of the stranglehold that Eritrea and Ethiopia have put on them and fight their way out towards Sudan, create a buffer zone, and get aid in from Sudan. That is one possibility. The other possibility is that there have been negotiations which the Americans have worked on very hard, the African unions have worked on very hard, and there is a potential deal in the offing. But we just don't know whether the reports that we've had in the last couple of days of some between 18 and 20,000 troops being moved up towards the border again, of restocking with ammunition and arms by the Ethiopians. All these things are happening at the same time. You cannot be certain which way this will go. I very much hope it will go towards a continuation of the ceasefire and opening up of the aid convoys and no war. Because, I mean, already the estimates are that between 200,000 and 500,000 people have died. I mean, this is the worst war in the world at the moment.
Yeah, shocking. And that's why so many people say, with all of the focus on the conflict in Ukraine, others are saying, in our region, this has been going on for a long time. Look at the suffering. Martin, it's always good to talk to you. Thanks so much for your deep insight on this.